Thank you for visiting our channel. Today I came out to show you guys a little preview of the latest creation that Buzztv brought up called Powerstation 6. Here it is. I have to mention that this bad boy comes with 8GB of lower power DDR4 RAM, and also it has that 4KB EEPROM. And on top of that, there's another version of this that comes with 16GB lower power DDR4 RAM, which is a newer type of RAM, and that will really get you up and running with everything. It comes with a gigabit LAN, and on top of that, Wi-Fi 6, and also the Bluetooth on this works perfectly. The remote that comes with this is excellent. It comes with this big manual. Now you can scan this using your phone. You will be able to learn about the remote and also the unit itself. Now this box also comes with a big remote. This is how it looks. So I really like the design to it. In here is the comparison between the older remote and the newer one. So as you can see, they are very thick, the new one. And the buttons are been remapped. It kind of reminds you of the older type of remotes that we had. So this one is BT400 and this is 500. And I do have a voice search. Everything has to be inside of it. This is a total complete setup. And once you open the back, it takes two AA batteries. It comes with an HDMI cable. It comes with a power plug. As you can see, one side is going to be connected to Canada, United States. And the other side is the one that goes to the actual plug. And here's the other part. So once you take it out, you can see that this is going to go to the actual box itself, and then this is the brick that they have processed and brought up. Now this is going to be 12 volt 3 amps because this box requires about 5 volt to power up, but another 5 volt when you want to hook up a hard drive inside .m2 storage. Now for that remote, you're also going to get an Energizer battery. You're also going to get this little clip, and these are really good. It's really good to connect these to your USB connections. That way dust does not go in. And then the box itself. It is inside of a little plastic so that way it doesn't get scratched up. And once you take it out, this is the Powerstation. This is how it looks. Yes, it does have a plastic on top of it, but this is how it really looks. We will take it out in a couple of seconds. And then we're going to take the top out. And this is how it really looks. When you look around, it has nice connections on one side, and then going to here, nothing. Then looking in the back, you have the power connection and more. But this is how it really looks. And then when you flip it upside down, this is how it is going to be set up. As you can see, it is .m2 and not a SATA hard drive in. It just depends on how big it is. Then you can connect it to this and it will sit nicely. And then once it's in, you just have to bring it to the back like this and select, and that's it. Now it's going to be connected, and that's how it's going to be set up. And then we're going to connect the power, and as you can see on the top, those are the lights that's right now just powered up. So as soon as you turn it on, this is the first screen that you're going to see. And then automatically goes into the main screen. Now you have to understand that there's no setup yet because this is still going to be fixed. So this is just a preview that I'm going to show you. This is their main screen. And I'm not connected via Bluetooth yet, so I'm just going to have to position the remote in front of the box itself. And as you can see, it's very effective in order to go next. So yes, you do have search right in the front, but as soon as you press the home button, you should be able to go back. As you can see, the setup is very similar, but a little bit different. So it's not going to be square anymore like before. And there are little tiles that looks a lot better now. And when you go in the bottom, as you can see there, everything is set up a little bit different. Now when you go on the top and you want to go to settings, yes, it has a beautiful setup on the top, but again, it's a little bit hidden. but it shows you similar type of look as before. But once you go on it, as you can see, there you go, it switches, which I really like that part too. Now, when you go on into the actual settings, now the setting is set up. Now you can see that I did not set up anything. And yes, I do have black lines around the screen itself too. When I press home, as you can see it, as you can see, there is black lines around on the top. So server settings will be on a full review once we have this everything up to date and working wise. Then we will bring that up. But except that, yes, you can go to settings and you can go to Wi-Fi and you can connect your Wi-Fi, and we can try that right now. So Wi-Fi is on. We're just going to wait for it to come up. And the one that I have is going to be Wi-Fi 6. I'm going to connect it to that. As long as it shows, sometimes it became a little bit hectic. There you go. And then I'm going to put my password. But the connection part of it is very quick. As soon as you say it, it's going to be connected, which I really like. And then you can go to updates. Now, if there is any updates, this part is exactly the same as before. You can click on it. And if there's any updates, you should get it automatically, and then you can install. And there you go. This is the screen we were looking for. So you have to click on the remote, and then it's going to be paired. And as you can see right now, it just got paired, as you can see. Or we can go on the top to all apps, so this way you can see it on a bigger screen. So these are just regular apps that are coming part of this. And since I am connected via Wi-Fi 6, so let's go through, click on this, and see how fast we're going to get a ping on a time that we usually do not do this type of test, to see how fast this will connect. So there is some parts that I'm going to block in order to let you guys know that what type of speed I'm getting. But this is Wi-Fi, and you can see that I am going about over 700 megabits, so 702. And then my upload rate is about 167 right now and counting. So I'm just waiting for this to be done. This is the Wi-Fi speed that I am getting using this box. There you go. Now I'm going to switch it. As you can see, it jumped because this is a landline. So I have a 1.5 megabit. So as you can see, it just totally jumped. So the download rate with using the landline, it's actually going to 907, and my upload rate goes roughly about 176. So it didn't change that much on the upload rate. For my download rate, it went up really high, which is really good again. The next thing we're going to open will be AIDA64. Now under AIDA64, a lot of things comes really raw, so that's why I would like to really get into this. Once you go inside of it, you're going to see the type says TV. Manufacturer says NVIDIA. I do not know why. I have to ask them this question, but you can see the model number is correct. Going down, the board is RK30SDK. Yes, here is the actual chip that they're using. So it's a Rock chip RK3588, and again, this is phenomenal because it comes either with a 4 GB of RAM, 8 GB of RAM, or even 16. The internal storage that usually with a PCB or motherboard that comes in is roughly about 128 GB, which this one is. Now going down, here's the RAM, the one that I have on hand. The bottom is black, so this one is 8 GB of DDR4, which is lower powered one, and here's how much is available right now, how much has been used. Now going down, the storage itself is 128 GB, and here it is that it shows that I have 107 because the rest is going to be taken care of by partition, and some of them going to be used for the recovery. Yes, the image has to be on it in case you want to do a factory reset on it. That's how it's going to be loaded back, and that's why it shows a little bit. And then we installed some apps. So once we have the full review, we're going to cover that more. And Bluetooth on this still shows on 4+, but I know that this is Bluetooth 5. Now that's not only thing getting out, going under CPU itself, you can see that this Rock chip comes with dual type of chipset that is inside of it. Number one is going to be A55, which is running on 1800 megahertz, and that's a quad-core processor. And then they added another one to make this an octa-core processor, is going to be A76, which is running on 2256 megahertz. Now, here's the 8-core, and you can see that the minimum and the maximum, and the ones that are running and the ones that are going to be sleeping, it's all going to be right here. You can see that some of them are changing right now. CPU utilization on this is roughly about 15 to 16, but again drops back down to almost 6%, which is really good. The scaling governor on this is always scheduled, which we're really looking for. One thing I noticed that this one, you can see right over here, that this is an ARM 8A, which means it's a 64-bit, not 32 anymore. So a lot of your apps that you want to install may not be able to install on this because this is a 64-bit ARM. And yes, because it's a 8 gigabyte of RAM to it, very nicely it will run for you. And you can see in the bottom that 32-bit is enabled, so you can install, but the 64-bit will be running a lot smoother, and this is really good to have. Going down, they have a lot of information, but getting out, going to display itself. The native resolution on this is 1080p. It is running on 61 dpi. Going down, the GPU on this is a quad-core processor, and it is Mali G610. Here's all the cores. It is running on 60 frames per second. And this is orientated on landscape mode. OpenGL on this is 3.2, which means is you can install some games on it and it will run really flawlessly for you. Going down on the network itself, it has Wi-Fi 6 enabled, but you can see it says 5G is really supported on this. It's just the way that they have worded it for us. Now going down under Android itself, it has a lot of information inside of it that you can see. So it is running Android 13. And thereby, if you go to a terminal, then you will be able to see all of them that are running. It doesn't matter if it's going to be RAM or even GPU, and more is going to be right over here. Now it doesn't have a battery, but the little connection there still shows some percentage on this or Celsius on it, but you can see that most of them are under 50, which is beautiful. That means it's not going to be heat sensitive. Codecs itself, all the codecs that you require is already here. Remember that this is a newer chipset, so we're just going to find a few that we are really looking for, and it should be right over here. So this way we are going to say that it will work for us properly. And you can see most of them that are on the different boxes is already included. And going back up a little bit, let me just look for one thing that I'm looking for is VP9 is there, VP8 is there, but again the H263, 264, I do see that over here too. Now going up, OPOS is there, MP3 is there, but we will be playing some videos for you to show you exactly how clean and how smooth it will be playing it for us. Now the next part, we're going to play some videos to see exactly how good this will play. So the first video we're going to play is a regular 1080p video. And I'm just going to bring up the volume a little bit so you can hear it, that there is a sound and there's no pause to it. That's what we really want to hear and see. And number two is going to be regular 4K video, and it has a huge map. It has a really small particles that I always like to play with. So you can see that it automatically start playing and there's no pause to that, and the video is just panning, and you should be able to see some little birds just going to fly by. And those are also not going to be pixelated. In some boxes I do see those pixelization, and same with the leaves moving and the water ripples that are coming through. Those I seen some pixelization in different boxes. This one does not have that, which is an excellent thing to talk about. Now the last one is going to be the 10-bit 4K video that I have, and this is always that I play through my videos. You can see that as soon as I click play, there was no pause to it, automatically start playing. The sound is there, everything is accurate, everything is all there. This is what I wanted to show everyone, that when you want to play something in the box, you should not have any kind of delay, and this is one of the examples that you see. Now I have to mention that the rest of the stuff I would like to bring it to the actual review, so hang in there. This is how these guys brought up all the box, how it looks, the main look. Also you can see there's a search for it. You have to press home in order to get out, or you can go back type of thing. But this really going to be the next level. Just hang in there. There's still going to be some little tweaks that they want to bring for the Buzztv 6, which we will cover in the full video, but this is how it looks. I hope you guys like our video. If you do like it, click the like button, subscribe button on the top, comment on the bottom. Always remember to visit our own website, which is exitex.info. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and other social networking places, and thank you.